Hi, my name is Sensei Mark Hicks, Five Dragons Karate, located in Haverhill, Massachusetts. I'm going to give a little brief history about Five Dragons martial arts and myself as a martial artist. I'm originally from Gary, Indiana. When I was a young man, I was a kid, basically, one of my brothers took me to the drive-in at the old YNW drive-in and watched Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee duking it out in the Roman Coliseum, and I immediately wanted to be able to do what they were doing. Eventually, we joined International Judo and Karate, which used to be on Broadway back in Gary. Um, Trained under Sensei George Samisa and Sensei Big John Jackson, and we were my immediate master. My master was Tadashi Yamashita, who was in the Octagon, American Ninja, just a great legend in the karate world. Trained there for quite some time, but unfortunately, the school burnt down. Sensei Samisa moved on, so did Sensei Jackson. So been quite a while. I did not train in the dojo, but even after graduating high school and doing a semester at Purdue University, eventually I joined the Army. And while I was in basic training, discovered that a couple of my fellow soldiers were also martial artists. So on Sundays, Naseong, Brian Whalen, and Daniel Spencer, we used to get together and just kind of train, work techniques and things like that. Once I got to Fort Carson in Colorado, met up with some other fellow martial artists, and we ended up forming our own little competition team. We actually used to go up to Denver and compete a lot. Eventually went to the AAU Nationals. This was 1987, where we were rated teams and individuals. Um, After leaving the Army, I moved out to Massachusetts. I didn't really get back into training in a dojo full time until after I became a father. My kids wanted to do karate too. They saw some old pictures and old trophies and they wanted to get into it. So we did it as a family. Um, excuse me. Eventually, I started teaching at the Lawrence Boys and Girls Club and then ended up going to the Haverhill YMCA and starting my own program. Did that for about a year, and then me and Sensei Richard Como, we ended up opening up our first dojo in the Haverhill area, and eventually we opened up another dojo up in Salisbury, Massachusetts. Um, that one Sensei Richard runs, but we've been doing quite well. Actually, what I teach is a mix of Kyokushin and Okinawan Shorin-ryu. We try to teach realistic martial arts. Our goal is to make the student a better person. As I tell my families, I'm not worrying about making you a black belt. I'm worrying about you being a better person. Um, I've had students that have trained with me since they were in grade school and now they're college students. Our goal is to basically just change people's lives for the positive. But also, too, we work realistic self-defense, weapons training. We do have extreme martial arts programs. We pretty much cover the gambit when it comes to martial arts. We try to make classes fun and enjoyable, but they're also disciplined. So it's no horsing around, no clowning around, and safety is key. We do sparring, we do weapons, we do kata. So it's a traditional karate program. Um, Other than that, like I said, our goal is to just make better people. So that's generally the history of Five Dragons and myself.